So now I'm going to show you some edge cases and some errors you want to undo with the getLine function. So I'm going to head over to the manual page, the main page for getLine, and I'm going to look for the error where it says it returns -1 when there is failure. When it fails, it returns -1. So that's why I initialized the size variable with the getLine function such that it's going to store any values it gets inside there. So if it's -1, then you want to undo the errors. And also remember, we were told to undo the end of the line character, which is the fe of f. I'm going to do that in this video too, and I'm going to explain why the end variable there is 0 and the buff is null. So now getLine, if you watch more video or you've read about the getLine function, you'll discover that the end there is the size of the array, and the buff there is the array where it's going to store the input it received from the user. But what if what the user input is more than the size that we gave to n? So in this scenario, getLine allocates memory to buffer. So it does some reallocate or some malloc stuff to the buffer and allocates memory to buffer. So giving buffer null and also end 0 doesn't really affect what we're doing, because it's going to allocate enough space for us to carry out our operation. So I'm handling the error now, which is if size equals to -1. So if it's equals to -1, I'm going to do the fe of f, which is when you press Ctrl D, and when I'm running the code, I'm going to press Ctrl D to exit. So this is the fe of f I'm talking about, which is the end of the line. Is the end of the line of the character, whatever. You can read about it to understand what that means. But what I'm just trying to say, it starts for Control D. So whenever the user input Control D, that means I want the buffer to be free, because we've already done malloc to buffer and it's only allocating the memory that we need to free. So I'm going to free buff, then I'm going to exit with the status of 0, which means it's going to get out, it's going to exit the program. So, and for the other one, if any other error occurs, then I want it to print, that case is for the end of the line, and for any other case I want it to print the message, which means failed to read user input, and it's going to free buffer and it's going to continue with its operation again. So I'm going to head over to compile the program and see my progress so far, to see if I've already made blunders that the compiler is gonna give me a hard time fixing. Oh, that's great, no errors. And I'm going to test with Valgrind to see if I have any memory leak. So if you look at this carefully, you can see telling me all 8 blocks are freed or freed, and I did 5 allocation and I freed 5 allocation. And most importantly, when I'm exiting, then we have 0 bytes in block, which means all memory was freed.